specific shoes that I can't get rid of because I can't. It's sentimental value. One of them are going to be the Canary Dunks. So I gotta say, in like all the shoes in my collection, this is probably the grail, which I cannot sell at any point in time. Like no matter what happens, even if I hit like a financial crisis and stuff, I feel like I gotta keep these, you know? It's just one of those things that has so much memories now, and it's just one of those ones that I can't let go of. It's too good. So as you guys saw in those clips, I said I would never sell this shoe, and it is packed up and actually ready to be sold. Those are my Canary Dunks, guys. I don't know, I really went back and forth about making this video because for one, it's just me talking about selling a shoe. It's gonna be the biggest shoe I've ever sold, the most profit I've ever made on a shoe, and we'll get into that in a bit. But mainly I was just kind of like, how are people gonna react to this one, right? Like I said, these things, I'm never gonna sell this shoe. It has all this sentimental value and stuff. And I know you guys used to see it like in this like cabinet over here in this casing, and it's not going to be there anymore. So before like the internet sleuths, you know, and the Untied Faithful are like, what happened to the Canary Dunks? Where are they? What happened? Has anybody seen where they went in the case and stuff? I'm just going to address it straight up because it's going to be a little mini controversy on this channel. So first off, I bought these Canary Dunks back in 2019. You guys can see the stamp over here. I paid $1,900 for this from GoDaddy. They were worn. They're my size, 10.5, and since I bought it in 2019, I've worn this shoe 3 times. 3 times I've worn this shoe. One of them, I won like a contest at Bait for having like the craziest shoe or whatever. I got a free pair of Yeezys that I ended up giving away in the channel. I was wearing that shoe then. Other time, I proposed to my wife in this notorious picture, as you guys saw. I did crease this one quite a bit, but you gotta get down on one knee for your lady, so that's what I did. Other than that, I think I worn it just one other random time to like some kind of like family dinner or something, but 3 times in 2 years. And every single time I've worn it, in my head, I was always thinking, this shoe is ridiculous. Like for the amount of money that's selling for, and we'll go into how much I sold it for, but for how much it is, I never felt comfortable wearing it, just because that's a lot of money to be wearing on your feet, right? You're really like careful not to like step anywhere weird or like to nick it or like kick your heel against something. You just really want to be cautious, or at least I do, because it is a valuable shoe and I know money doesn't grow on trees. And so after I sold all my sneaker collection, you know, to buy the house that we have now, I kept this one because this was like the last thing that was like connecting me to my old sneaker collection. Like literally this is the last pair that I had like from that original collection, and it is the most expensive pair in my house by far. I think it's literally my new collection. All of those shoes combined are half the price of this. But for me, man, again, if I only wore a shoe 3 times in the past 2 years, what is the point of keeping it? Or at least that's the thought process going in my head, right? Like at this point, is it more art or is it a sneaker? Like if you're not wearing it, it's not really a shoe, right? How can it be a sneaker if you're not using it every single day? And especially with like my changes, you know, having a family and all of this stuff, I really just gotta like reorganize my thoughts and say, do I want to keep like a piece of art in a glass case, and you know, instead of using that money for something better for my family? So yeah, I made a decision. I ended up putting this thing up on GoDaddy back where I originally bought it from. I listed it for like $7,000, and I think going new on StockX and stuff, they're like asking rates are like 7,300 or 7,400. So I was assuming nobody was gonna buy it, right? Like mine was only $400 cheaper, and it is in worn condition. I put it up for 3 weeks, I think, 3 weeks, and somebody ended up buying it. They took the complete asking bid, $6,950, whatever. I made like $6,300 or $6,400 from the sale after like the goat fees and stuff. I bought it originally for $1,900. That's a 3x multiple on my investment. I made almost triple my money on this. Like, think about that. Think about that. Like, I made 3 times my money by selling this shoe in a span of 2 years. I've worn it 3 times. You can't pass up on that, you know? Like, I love sneakers. You guys know I love sneakers. I love my old collection. I reminisce about it. I say, man, I really shouldn't have sold that Fragment. I really shouldn't have sold that SBB. But then I wake up in this new house that I have, and I wake up next to my son, my wife, and I'm like, it's worth it, you know? Like sneakers, they'll come and go. If I do want to get this pair again, I can get it. But the value of like the, you know, cash or profit that I can make off of it and use that to support my family and get things for the house, you know, like get real, like into preschool and stuff eventually, that has more value to me in my head. Who knows, I might really regret this decision. I think this is a shoe I'll never see again because the price is $7,000. I'm not paying $7,000 for this when I originally paid $1,900 for it. It's probably gone forever. And I'm gonna say straight up, I went back and forth like 4 or 5 times, like thinking if I wanted to cancel the sale because I had like seller's remorse. But I talked to my wife about it. It sounds so crazy when I'm talking about it. Like listening to it, like you're seeing this guy going through this mental struggle of selling a shoe. Like it's just a shoe, bro, right? But when you're a sneakerhead, it's more than just a shoe. So I talked to Mari about it, my wife, We actually had a long conversation. I showed her the prices, what I bought it for. We went back and thought about how many times I worn it, which is how we came up with that number 3. The value in it, because, you know, I did propose to her in that, but she, you know what she said? She said, you also proposed to me in this jacket, this shirt, this pants, this pair of socks, and whatever underwear I was wearing that day. You're gonna keep all of that too? And when I heard that, I was like, yeah, you're right. It's just a memory, but that's what it is, you know, a memory. It's cool to look at. It was nice to have, and it was really cool to say I had this shoe at one point. But I don't know. You move on from things, you get older, you start to realize priorities and stuff more, and I really like this one. There's a lot of value here, sentimental value, a lot of memories, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm in a place where I don't really want to spend like over $1,000 on any shoe anymore. Like if my shoes that I have appreciate in value and they go over 1,000, that's cool, but I don't ever want to spend over 1,000 of my own money for a sneaker anymore. Like I can't justify that. I'd rather spend that money on Rio. I'd rather spend it on Mari. There's just other things in my life that are more important. So it really is just cost effectiveness and stuff, guys, and I'm really conflicted on this still. Like I'm thinking, should I still cancel the sale and just delete this video, you know? But no, we're gonna have to go through with it. So really a big sale, biggest one of my life. Like I said, I 3x my profit, so 1,900 sold for 6,000 something. That's $4,000 in profit. Huge come up in a span of 2 years. It was nice. It was nice while it lasted. So yeah, I made this video just because I knew there was gonna be like mini drama on the channel. People saying, oh, he's going against his word. He said one thing and he's doing a different thing. I put the videos out there too because I know exactly what I said, guys. Like, said I would never sell this. There's too much sentimental value, yada. But again, I've talked about it before. I don't like being rigid in my belief system. I feel like people change, their thought processes change. They change, you know? Like if you're to stay the same their whole life, that's like such a boring life to live. Like you grow as a person, you understand new things, you see like priorities change, things shift. If you're too rigid with yourself and you say, I gotta stick to this, especially for something like shoes, that's a hard one. Like your morals and stuff are important. Your character and stuff is important as well. But like things like sneakers where it's shoes, you know? I love shoes. It's a passion of mine, but it's created like the life that I have and stuff, but it doesn't define me. And I think that's part of it too, right? Like the sneaker does not define who I am. If I don't have $1,000 pair of sneakers, I don't care, you know? Like I still feel like I am who I am. You know, Untied Hawaii is still gonna be the channel that it is. I just don't have crazy shoes in the background. That's it. But for myself, I knew I wore this only 3 times. It doesn't hold much value to me when I think about it like really deep down. So that's the whole spiel on this. Really boring video for some of you guys. Really like not good for new audience people. But for guys that have been rocking with me and they know like how much I love this shoe, how much I've talked about it in previous sneaker collections, the stories behind it, I just didn't want to leave you guys in the dark. I didn't want to just sell it and not say anything because the guys that know me know how much the sneaker means to me. And just know like I'm always 100 with you guys, which is why I'd rather be upfront about it rather than it disappearing from the back and then you guys speculating on what happened. So that's what happened. It's out there in the open. You can dislike the video if you want. You can unsubscribe for the people that are like, nah, this isn't Untied anymore. This is a completely different guy. Go ahead and do that. That's fine, guys. The people that rock with me will rock with me. And there's always more shoes to chase. So that's that for this video. Again, sorry it was boring. I love you guys that watch this. I love you guys that are like supporting and make things like this possible, you know? This was Untied of the past. I like bought expensive shoes. I had crazy collections. Now I'm a dad and you know, I'm rebuilding the collection from scratch and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I love the sneakers that I have now and I wear those a lot more because they're not $3,000 shoes. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, don't forget to drop that like, some comments, and support, whatever you guys want to do. But until next time, guys, stay humble, stay blessed, take care, and I will see you on the next episode. Aloha. Shoot.